Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors side, just reacting to some Toronto Raptors slander, or at least just some foolishness from NBA 2K, and it's widely noted that 2K, especially starting off going into a season, they always butcher the ratings for a lot of guys across the NBA. This is not unique to the Toronto Raptors, however, even I get after a tanking season that the players, they're going to be downgraded a little bit. You know, we end up having the 4th pick in the draft. We had the 7th worst record. So I see why our players, even our top guys, would be knocked down a peg just going into a new season after, a year where you play the kazoos. And hopefully we won't have to play this animation again this coming season. We're cooking up all the new animations for next year. However, 2K is they're making a mockery of themselves. They're being foolish, and they put out a new set of ratings, and people told me, I saw it on tweets and stuff, that the ratings were bad, but that's usually the case with the Raptors, and then they slowly get better as the year goes along. However, this might be one of the worst set of ratings I've seen for a Toronto Raptors team heading into a season, and I'll throw it up on the screen here now, and we've only seen the starting lineup. Maybe the rest of the roster's leaked, I wasn't able to find it, or something that was trustworthy in terms of the actual ratings. Most of them look like carryovers from last year, but this is the starting lineup that 2K thinks will be on the roster. And before we even dive into the ratings, before we even talk about, no one over an 83 on this team, does 2K really think this is going to be our starting lineup? Right? This is, in itself, this is a gold star award for Ronnie 2K and the guys, whoever makes these ratings, because they think that the Toronto Raptors, after tanking all last year, will have another small ball unit with obviously Fred VanVleet starting, obviously OG, obviously Siakam, but playing Siakam at center, something that didn't happen at all last season when we had the insurance pylon running the show there, right? Siakam wasn't playing center, he'll never play center, he's a true power forward, but then they think that we'll play this small ball unit against Scotty Barnes. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready to just be a starter. Obviously, Siakam may be injured to start the season, so Barnes will likely start the 4 at that point, but the blasphemy starts off with Dragic being our starting point guard. That is absurd. That is foolish. We traded away Norman Powell, a 45% three-point shooter, for a young 23-year-old that came to our team and was scoring 16, 17 points per game, set a bunch of records in his first week, and those stats would be way better if we weren't in a tanking season and he wasn't injured to end off the year. And they think that Dragic is going to be starting over Gary Trent. That is absurd. That is insane. Now, playing 2K back in the day, I know sometimes they had just the best overall guys, having in the starting lineup, and it's just automatic. But if this is our best overall roster, if this is how it's sort of situated, if this is how it's structured, and Trent is below a 77, below Dragic, that is ludicrous. That is insane. 2K does not have a clue what this Toronto Raptors team is looking like, and how these guys, I know Trent is poor on defense and he struggles. He's not the greatest passer by any means. He's not a ball hog by any sort, but he's not a guy that's a great creator or defender. However, his ability to score, his ability to get his own shot up, 3-point shooting, to score around the rim, he's a certified bucket, and that's got to get you at least a 78. Right, that's got to at least put you ahead of Dragic, who I know had 14 and 4 last season. It's going to be a solid piece off the bench, but that just doesn't make sense at all. We trade away Lowry so Fred VanVleet could be the starting point guard, and having Fred push to the 2 again, maybe the positions are dragged over from last year. I don't really know, but that's the first just insanity put out there by 2K. I sort of alluded to this at the start. We're not running a small ball unit again. And Scotty Barnes, as much as I'd love to see him succeed, and maybe he'll be forced to be in the starting lineup with Trent there instead of Dragic because he's so good as a young prospect. But starting off the year, I think it's going to be either Precious or Kem Birch to start off the season. An actual true center out there. There's stats going around about how Aaron Baines, might even make a whole video on how tough Aaron Baines was for this roster, but how the Toronto Raptors were one of the best teams in the NBA when Aaron Baines was off the floor. So having a true actual center on this team to play makes a lot of sense. We're not going to have Scotty Barnes likely in there unless he plays a lot bigger than expected. But again, he'll be better suited, especially as a young guy developing, to play his natural position of a point forward, so to speak. Maybe not the point guard position that he played in college, but I don't see this lineup happening. But Now we got to get into the overall ratings where the true disrespect begins, because obviously lineups, sometimes those are just automated, but I know 2K just have the rotations, and I haven't really played that intense into a 2K game since 2K16, but OG Anunoby. This is the one that really got to me. This is the one that hurt my soul. His jersey's there up behind me right now. OG's not even an 80. Not arguably, a top 5 on-ball defender in the NBA. A phenomenal rebounder. A guy that's a 40-odd, close to 40% three-point shooter. His handle's getting better. His passing's probably at least average for a wing guy. And he can't even crack 80? That is ridiculous. That is foolish. That is stupid. That is stupid by 2K to have OG not even crack an 80. I've seen guys, apparently, I think Miles Turner's up there. Don't have the specific list, but there are some scrubs ahead of OG in terms of ratings right now, and that is remarkably ridiculous. Right, OG, there's picture surface. I probably should have added this to the segment, to the animation, so I can pop it up. But OG's looking good. He's looking more athletic now. The handle videos are coming out this summer. OG's looking to take a massive leap this season. They've regressed his rating. 2K, the OG slander will not be tolerated on the Raptors Digest. So get out of here with all that messy takes, messy stuff. And then we have Fred VanVleet at an 82. I know Kyle Lowry's a guy that's never been given his fair due, but Kyle Lowry's usually an 87. I think he's knocked down to an 85 or something like that. 82 for Fred, I guess for a guy that's never been an all-star. I looked at other ratings. I think that's around the Brogdon level. I think Fred's going to take a step forward, but I guess with the efficiency and all that, 82 is fair for Fred. But Pascal Siakam at an 83? This is where we get... I know the Spinny P memes, we've been throwing them around. The spinning around, he spins his way to the net's his only move, and they probably got that as his only skill in this game, but 83 for Pascal. They have LaMelo Ball at 84. Now, I know he's an exciting young prospect, but Pascal Siakam is a year removed. He's a year removed from being an All-NBA second-team player, and his stats didn't drop off that significantly. Still 21 points per game, 7 boards, close to 5 assists. His passing is something that improved last season, which is a little bit underrated. Got the shadows going. I'm noticing that there. But I'm trying to distract myself because Pascal Siakam, I got his jersey up behind me too. 83 for Pascal, below a LaMelo Ball. I know 2K is not what it was back in the day, because I remember early this summer where people were saying, oh, KD should be 99 overall. And they were compared to how Chris Paul was a 99 overall back in the day, and Kobe and these guys. But 2K around 2K14, I believe, they adjusted the ratings so everything is scaled back. So stars ratings are a little bit lower, and they do it to historical comparisons. Your MJs, LeBrons, Kareems are your 99s, and then your top stars in the league currently that aren't GOAT level, or at least in the GOAT conversation, they're not really going to get 99. And then your average stars, which Siakam is at this point, they get in the mid 80s, but low 80s for Pascal Siakam. As I mentioned, below a LaMelo Ball. I'm reverting back to 2K knowledge, but I believe in 2K19 or something, Kevin Love was an 83. That's the level we're putting that's a plane we're putting Pascal Siakam on right now. I don't know. This guy's an NBA champion. He's an all-NBA caliber player. He's an all-star. I know he took a step back, but his athleticism, his defense, his ability to at least stretch the floor a little bit, whether it be from the mid-range. I know he's a 30% three-point shooter at this point, but he was taking some tough step-back shots for this team. I don't know. Am I overreacting? Because we haven't seen the entire roster. Maybe the bench is a little bit deeper. Boucher, I know he usually gets a decent 2K bump, but I don't know. I never take 2K ratings that seriously. It's usually a month or two into the season. That's where the real slander, the disrespect happens, because they actually have some time to see the new look roster, and everything is projections at this point. But this is disappointing. This is disappointing from Ronnie 2K and those guys. I don't even know if he's still around. I know there's controversy with him and Boogie Cousins or something, but that might be a while back. But am I overreacting? Am I overreacting these 2K ratings? Let me know in the comment section below. you're the best for making this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, all that cool stuff. Anyways, my frustration should be apparent. I want to know if it is for you guys, but anyways, I'm signing off. Cheers.